Whoa, yeah. That's Country Girl by Primal Scream. Hey, this is Adam Buxton.
Hey, this is Joe Cornish. Welcome to our brand new slot here on Saturday mornings on XFM, 10 till 1, every Saturday. It's a little confusing and scary for me and Adam, right? I'm personally not usually up at this time of day.
No, it's certainly very early to be up. And London's a different place.
London's a different place. The only people on the streets are Smack fans.
Smack fans and
tourists,
vagrants and XFM DJs.
That's true.
They're sort of wandering around. And when you come into the XFM office this early on a Saturday morning, there's kind of leftover DJs from the night before, or if they've been gigging. Claire Sturgis.
She's asleep on the sofa like a bag lady.
She's like,
where's her self-respect?
Exactly. She's a grown-up woman, not a kind of...
She might as well have fluids leaking out from under the sleeping bag, like what they do in doorways.
I haven't checked, but she may well.
She probably does.
And Marsha, who was just on before us doing a fantastic show, she slept in the...
In the what?
In the office.
In the office?
As well.
That's that's devotion, isn't it? And next door there's next door to our studio, there's a little place where bands do their live performances.
Live sessions.
There's a band in there.
There's a real band.
Who are they?
The Monkey Knockers.
The Monkey Knockers. I don't know who they are, but there's one bloke just shaking a shaker.
Yeah.
I wonder what percentage he gets.
It could be Primal Scream.
It could be Primal Scream for all we know. But listen, we've got some great music coming up for you. White Stripes in a second, Flaming Lips, Friends Ferdinand, Arctic Monkeys, Lemonheads, Razorlight. That's all just in the first hour. But almost even more exciting is, now that we're on from 10 to 1, we have news. Right? We came in here, some lady came in and she read the news, and she's threatening to do it again at 11.
And at 12.
And at 12?
I believe so.
So two news.
Two news, double news.
Yeah.
And then after 12, on a weekend...
No one cares about news.
No, news stops.
All we care about is shopping.
And having a nice time.
Listen, though, but when she reads the news, man, you know what we can do?
What?
Some banter.
News banter?
We can banter with her like they do on the proper radio stations.
Hey, handover banter.
Like Alistair Stewart and Megan Phillips.
Yeah.
That's not her name, that's just a placebo name.
Tina Placebo.
Tina Placenta.
That's a good idea. That's a really good idea.
So it's an exciting show. And if you need any more reason to listen, which you probably do, we've got amazing prizes. We've got the Book of Cool to give away. Yeah, we'll explain more about that, but it's basically a massive DVD box set. We've got 4 copies. We've got a box, not a cardboard one.
Yeah.
Like a plaster and wood one in a theatre. At the Hackney Empire to see the James Taylor Quartet and Julia Beale in an evening of funk, soul and fusion.
Ooh.
Plus a free case of beer. That's brilliant to give away. We've got tickets for an outdoor screening of Kill Bill featuring DJ Yoda. It just doesn't stop. We've got Crap Commentary Corner coming up. All sorts of stuff.
And of course we've got the X List. That's a new thing that we've never done before. So we may be stumbling a little bit.
Yeah, it's going to be quite a shoddy X List. But remember, you can text us. How do they text us? Oh yeah, 83XFM. You can call us when the time comes, 0871 222 1049. You can email us, Adam and Joe, what is it, at xfm.co.uk, something like that.
That's more or less the shape of it. Let's play some music right now. Here's the White Stripes with a Denial... No, it's not a Denial twist. Or is it? Yes, it is the Denial twist.
Good.
I'm on top of everything. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
If you think that a kiss is on the lips, come on.
Fantastic. That's the White Stripes with the Denial twist. This is Adam and Joe. Very pleased to be back here on XFM in our brand new slot.
Yeah. Listen, listeners, I had some Cadbury's fruit and nut. No, whole nut.
Yeah.
And there's a Cadbury's salmonella scandal. Have you heard about that?
No.
They had all salmonella up all their pipes.
What are you talking about?
In their factory. It was in the papers.
When was this?
They've poisoned all the chocolate.
They got salmonella in their pipes.
Cadbury's, Britain's most trusted chocky brand, are poisoning the nation.
Not deliberately.
Not deliberately, no. I'm being slightly inflammatory, any legally orientated listeners.
Yeah.
But now I've got a dicky tummy.
Have you really?
And could the two be linked?
Were you chomping on Cadbury's this morning?
Well, the night before... No, this was a week or so ago, wasn't it? A couple of weeks ago, even.
Yeah.
The night before the news broke, somebody bought me 2 massive bars of whole nut. And they've been sitting in the cupboard, and I chomped half of one of them and started feeling a bit dicky. But I can't say no. I can't resist it.
Even if it's riddled with
Can
salmonella.
I don't know whether anybody out there has eaten any... are people, like, stopping eating Cadbury's because of the poisons?
No, because no one would have actually been poisoned. Presumably they would have found...
People have... Yeah, they have.
Really?
Yeah. Salmonella gets the very young and the very old, right, I think.
Everybody now say aye. From the very, very young to the very, very old.
That's the salmonella song. But if you're sort of healthy and in the midst of your life like me, I think it probably just gives you a dicky tummy.
You can conquer it easily. It's not a big, it's not like a life-threatening problem, salmonella, for someone like you.
I don't really know the details.
In the peak of physical
But
perfection.
I need help, listeners. Has anybody else felt poisoned by Cadbury's? Or is everyone just still eating it willy-nilly?
Yeah. Because
You reckon?
It's so delicious.
It's well tasty. And I reckon the salmonella might give it an extra piquancy.
Yeah, exactly.
Un petit peu quelque chose.
That's right. Like, isn't that... The Romans used to do something similar, didn't they?
What, eat salmonella?
No, they'd give themselves like a little bit of arsenic or something, just
Would they?
instead of pepper.
Would they?
Yeah, because it spices up
A little
dish.
bit of poison.
A tiny bit of poison.
What's that? There's a stupid fact about apple pips having enough cyanide in them to kill a man.
That's right.
Do you remember that fact?
Well, that was just your parents telling you not to swallow the apple pips.
I always swallow the pips.
Because, well, the threat that I got was that you'd get an apple tree growing in your
stomach. And branches coming out places.
From your winkle and under your armpits and, nobody wants that.
Wow.
So think yourself lucky that you've got off with salmonella.
Yeah.
Okay, competition time coming up very shortly. Here's a free play for you right now. This is Guided by Voices. That's Guided by Voices with Teenage FBI. This is Adam and Joe on XFM. It's competition time.
It's a crap commentary, recorded off of a DVD. Why don't you listen and see? You could win some crap for free. Can you tell who's speaking? And a movie they're critiquing. Go ahead, it's easy. You can use IMDb.
Is it on?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, listen, if you're new to this show, which you may be because we're in a new slot... Oh, that was quite kind of abrupt,
It's
wasn't
a bit
it?
abrupt, the end of that. I'd like it to fade out.
Yeah, well, you're in charge of the fading.
Well, it just
So-
cuts off on the Cornish recording
Well,
of that
I
one.
assumed you would have faded it out by then.
Sorry, man. I
But
will next
listen,
time.
this competition, right? It's called Crap Commentary Corner. What we do is take an audio commentary from a DVD, play you some clips of it, and you have to call in 0871 222 1049. Tell us who is talking on the commentary and what movie they're talking over. So this is quite an easy one this week.
Yeah,
We
you
should tell
reckon?
people what they can win. What can they... Well, you can have your pick of the prizes. Yeah?
Yeah, let's be
Yeah.
free and easy with the prizes
Exactly,
this
and there's
week.
all sorts of exciting prizes.
The box might be a nice prize, though. That sounds like a good prize. The box for James Taylor and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I think we should let people pick.
We can let people pick.
It's more exciting.
We'll let people pick.
So here we go. I'm not going to give you any clues about this one. It's except to say it's a director,
Ooh.
and he's quite famous. But he's not famous because he's good. Okay, the number's 0871 222 1049. Do you think anybody enters competitions at this time in the morning?
Oh, certainly, yeah, because they're limbering up for
Yeah?
an exciting day at the shops and stuff. Their minds are in peak physical condition. They've still got booze coursing around their veins from Friday night. Yeah, they're ready to rock.
Okay, well, here's clip number one. And in this clip, the director is talking about how, the public response to this film and the internet response, particularly to this film, wasn't necessarily very flattering, and he's a bit angry about that. So have a listen to this.
I hope that this DVD gets out in the market and that the people see the movie finally on DVD, because the movie deserves it, and it's far away from that trash what the people wrote in the internet, and they got punished for it and damaged on IMDb. This movie is way better in everything, and the story makes sense and is told in a way that you understand the story.
I got punished and damaged.
There's a certain element of fun in just listening to a German accent.
Is that
Isn't
a real
there?
German accent?
I think so.
That sounds
It
like a
Bavarian.
joke. Yeah.
Yeah, well...
I got punished and damaged.
Okay, clip number two.
Okay, here we
As
go.
soon as you guess who this is, 0871 222 1049.
I've got no idea who that
Really?
would be.
He's a pretty famous bad director. That's quite a hefty clue.
Right.
So here's clip number two, and our famous bad director has brought some little friends into the recording booth of his DVD commentary, and they caused some trouble.
Munchkins.
Yeah, kinda.
If you hear any noises or whatever, it's these are my two dogs. They're hanging out here in the stage, in the sound stage. And I say it again, these are my dogs here hanging out there bored. Yeah, these are my dogs back here. Yeah, don't play here. Schuss.
Just, well, the dogs, they behave themselves fairly well, the dogs, and
Yeah.
he's still giving them a hard time.
Yeah, he's slapping them around a bit.
So
Okay.
is he famous for loving dogs, the director?
No, well, I don't think so.
He's just a freewheeling German man who feels as if he's been punished.
Yeah. Listen, let's play one more clip and we'll give you some clues if it's still proving a little tricky. In this clip, he's complaining about the fact that his lead actress won't get her boobles out.
Here we go.
What is disappointment is for all the fans that Tara Reid is not losing her bra, but this is a typical prude US saying, like, the actresses are not willing to play nudity normally, and it's very disappointing. Tara Reid is going naked to parties and gets in the press with that, but she is not losing her bra in a movie. What is idiotic.
Well,
That
he's
is
really
idiotic.
upset about it, isn't he?
He is. Well, you know, she's Tara Reid's attractive woman.
She's going nude to the parties, but she won't take her bra off for me. That is idiotic.
Not take it off, lose it.
Lose it.
She wants it. He wants it lost altogether.
Tara, shush with the bra, shush.
So there we go, 0871 222 1049. If you know what director that is and what film he was talking about, then call now and you could win a fantastic prize, yeah?
Music now, it's the Flaming Lips with The Wand. Then we've got some ads and we'll be back with the conclusion of Crap Commentary Corner for this week. There you go, let's go west with We Close Our Eyes. Franz Ferdinand with Do You Want To. Adam and Joe back here on XFM.
Steve's on the line. Oh, are we going to go to Steve? Yeah, let's go to Steve.
Hey,
We're playing
Steve.
Crap Commentary Corner, by the way.
Hello.
How you doing, Steve?
I'm good, thanks. You guys?
Yeah, very good. Very glad to be back.
So, Steve, before we get your answer to Crap Commentary Corner, we're going to play one more clip of this brilliant director, okay? And this is a clip. I just like the way he words this. And this is him remembering a day when he felt a bit ill.
This scene is a very bad remembering situation for me, because I had a very bad ear infection and like fever and headache, and I'm really happy about that scene because there are real emotions coming up. What was very good, and both actors tried to stand up.
And there the sentence ends. It's not as if he carries on. They just try to stand up. And in a movie by this guy, that's good enough.
It's a bad remembering situation for me, though.
What was very good. Hello, Steve.
Hello.
So who is it? Put us out of our Germanic misery.
Uwe Bowles.
Yes. Uwe what?
It's Bowles, isn't it?
But I think bowl, is it bowl? Or balls?
Ball.
But I think it's just bowl, isn't it?
Well, it is Bowles, isn't it?
That's well pronounced. Uwe Boll.
Now, listen, I don't know anything about Uwe Ball.
Steve, tell us a bit about him.
Well, I just know he's always been slagged off on the internet for doing terrible movie conversions of pretty decent games.
Video games, yeah. Do you know any of the names of his films?
Did he do Doom? I think he might have done Doom or Silent Hill.
No, he did House of the Dead.
Oh, House of the Dead, that's it, yeah.
Yeah, which is just incredible. It is the worst, funniest thing I've ever seen.
I've never even heard
I
of
do
it.
reckon it just makes no sense, but it's very exciting.
Yeah.
And that do you know what movie that commentary was from, Steve?
House of the Dead?
No, that's Alone in the Dark.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Is that a video game conversion?
Yeah,
Yeah, that came out years ago, Alone in the Dark, and they've done a couple of remakes of the game as well.
there you go. Well, this is a movie of it starring Christian Slater and what's his name? Oh, Stephen Dorff.
And Tara Reid, presumably.
And Tara Reid, all the big names. Have you seen that one, Steve?
No, I think I'll wait for that to come out on DVD.
Oh, it's out, mate.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, you know, that was the commentary and everything off of it.
Hey, it's early in the morning, guys. It's great.
It's true. But, you know, I wouldn't bother. It's a stinker.
You can borrow Joe's copy.
Man, you can have my copy.
Hey, Steve, what do you want for a prize? We've got the Book of Cool. We've got these... He's gone.
Oh, Steve.
He's fed up.
He hates cool.
He hates the Book of
Steve's
Cool.
too cool for cool.
Okay, we might try and get Steve back. Steve, are you there? No, he's gone. Okay, he hates anything to do with Cool Steve. He's notorious.
Well, that's quite good. We've got extra prizes.
He got furious about the Book of Cool and he just hung up.
What happened to Steve? I hope he wasn't in an accident or anything. Maybe Uwe Boll's dogs got him. He was savaged by one of Uwe's Rottweilers.
We'll try and revive Steve.
Yeah,
and,
man, I'm worried about
ask
Steve.
him about his
There
prize.
could have been a killing on the
Santi,
show.
find Steve for goodness
Get
sake.
Steve, we're really worried about
Otherwise,
Steve.
we'll have like
we
a
don't know
dead
his second name.
caller, and that would be bad for our first show back. Let's play some music, and we'll try and find Steve for you. Here are the Arctic Monkeys. What time's the bus go? I woke you up. What time's the bus go?
Who was that ad?
Oh, come on, Joe Cornish. That's the Monkeys, the Arctic Monkeys, with Leave Before the Lights Come On.
This is Adam and Joe. This is XFM London's 104.9. Now in an hour and 15 minutes, it's time for the X List at 12 noon. And it's the first time Adam and I have had control of the X List, one of the most important parts of the architecture of this radio station, right?
That's right.
So we're going to make a big old mess of it. We're going to pull it down. No, we're not. We're going to make it better. We've got an idea, right? We're going to call it the X Lust.
Ooh.
Right, we only just had that idea.
We had a lot of other ideas, and they were all very good.
Yeah,
but we went for that one.
We chose the worst one.
Yeah.
The X-Lust, right. So the idea is you call us 0871 222 1049 or text us 83XFM if you want somebody to know that you fancy them.
It's like being at school, isn't it?
Yeah. So you call us and you dedicate a track to them, right? And then you also give us their number. And what we're going to do is we're going to call them and we'll find out whether they reciprocate your feelings and use the track as bribery.
Oh, well, we were saying before that we would have them on the line, we would play the track, and then we would see if they were still on the line at the end of the track.
Yeah.
And if they are, that means they want some roughy.
Yeah, so this is good. The X-Lust, 0871 222 1049. You need a request of a kind of X-List classic.
Yeah.
You need someone what you love, but they don't know it.
Yeah. Or even, maybe you don't love them, you just want to see inside their pants.
Yeah. It is called the X-Lust after all.
Exactly.
And then we need their number as well. Okay, and remember, the best thing is you don't actually have to talk to this person.
That's right.
We're acting as intermediaries. You're shielded from any romantic wounding implications,
Yeah,
right?
you can do all that later.
So if they say, oh, no, Steve is ugly, then... No, not the Steve that just called. By the way, the Steve that just called is fine. He just went under a bridge.
Yeah, he's not dead.
He's not
wasn't,
dead,
he
so
wasn't
that's
crushed
all
by
right.
the bridge.
But yeah, so if this person doesn't fancy you, then, you know, you don't have the embarrassment of addressing them to their face.
No.
And you can just move on. Fancy someone on telly or something.
Exactly.
You know?
At the very least, they'll be impressed by the fact that you made a kind of romantic gesture on the nation's biggest Saturday morning radio show.
There's a flaw in that logic somewhere towards the end. 0871 222 1049 or text 83XFM or email adamandjoe@xfm.co.uk. And you know what? If you just want a request for the X List anyway and you don't have anybody you fancy, we might stick those on too.
Yeah, exactly. So get in touch. We'll be back shortly.
No, we won't remember a thing.
That's Razorlight with In the Morning. Hey, this is Adam and Joe here on XFM.
Yeah. Hi.
It's coming up to news time soon, Joe. Are you ready to do some banter?
I'm excited. I'm going to banter with that news lady. What's her name?
She's got a complicated Welsh name.
Has she?
Yeah,
We'll
we're going to
find that
have
out.
to find out.
That's exciting.
So, noodles, Joe. I wanted to talk about noodles.
Noodles.
Specifically, the pot kind.
Pot noodles, yeah.
Yeah, you know, have you seen that advert where they're in the mine? They're in the pot noodle mine. It's a crazy advert, you know, putting forth the idea that noodles actually come from noodle mines. Imagine.
Right, I have seen that advert. It's kind of, yeah, exactly, making it like Welsh miners, but they're, instead of being covered in coal dust, they're covered in noodles.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I've got a number of problems. I don't know how you feel about it. On several different levels with the noodles, with the noodle mines. The first of which being, you know, just the logical inconsistency of the whole thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you were mining for noodles, surely the noodles in the rocks would be in a solid form.
Yeah, the problem is that the problem is that there's a lot of is's in that sentence, isn't
Yeah,
there? The
yeah.
problem is that the noodles are moist. What's
Well-
going on there? You wouldn't mine moist noodles.
No, they just flop out of the wall.
They'd be in their solid state, like they are when you buy them in the supermarket in a packet.
In packets, exactly.
Yeah.
In a hard...
The water has not
crispy
been added
nest.
yet. And if they were moist, then the two rock stratas above and below them would crush them into some sort of a noodly powder.
A paste, a kind of...
A noodly paste.
Exactly.
And what's more, I think it's insulting to people whose families were involved in industrial mining industries in the north.
Yeah, like your dad.
What Thatcher ruined.
That's
like
right.
My dad was a miner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why are you laughing?
And he was on the pickets.
He worked hard, you know? It's
Exactly.
not that long since the miners' strike and policemen were battering people over their heads and making their noses bleed and stuff, is
Yeah.
it?
No, absolutely. I mean, that was one of the most serious... That ruined thousands of lives. Maybe even 10,000s of lives.
Yeah.
And that was a big contentious issue. And now it's been reduced to the level of
They're
a
taking the mickey.
noodle mine. I mean, I was thinking they may as well, like, if you... a similar thing would be for Marmite, to do an advert where there's like a lady in the 50s and she's on a bus and she likes Marmite and she's forced to sit at the back of the bus, like
Right.
like Rosa Parks.
Right.
Why not take the mick out of that?
Yeah, they wouldn't trivialise that,
No,
would
exactly. Exactly, that's my point. The pot noodle mines.
they? It makes us very, very angry.
You're so angry, and just at least sort out the inconsistencies of the noodles. Are they hard or are they soft? Or in the mines?
Who eats pot noodle anyway?
Who does eat pot noodles?
They're just like tubular crisps
tubular bells.
with a packet of flavouring.
Yeah.
A
bit of ketchup.
Is that because they're made by Golden Wonder as well, aren't they? Pot
That's
noodles.
right, yeah.
They're just the same as crisps. Do you think you could have the same effect by getting a mug of hot water, popping some crisps in? It would probably taste about the same.
That's right.
It's just the dimensions and the surface area that's different.
That's true.
It's true. Think about that. There's not a lot more to be said.
Let's
now.
try it during the news.
During the noodle news.
The noodle news. Okay, we've
Not
got
the
ads,
noodle
and then,
news.
and then it's time for Joe's news
Don't
banter.
build it up too much, man.
It's going to be good.
XFM. Now you're up to date, more in an hour.
Thanks very much, Hang Harrod. Joe, anything?
Yeah, hey, I'm Harrod.
Hi.
How you doing?
Fine.
That's great, well done.
Thanks.
62-year-old mum, huh? That's disgusting and brilliant at the same time. World Cup finished?
Nearly.
Yeah, nearly. What do you make of that?
What do I make of that? I'm a bit gutted, sorry.
Gutted. Yeah.
Yeah.
And tea in the park. Everyone off to that. It's not going
Traipsing
very
all the
well,
way
is
up.
it? It's all the way up. And dry and sunny today.
Get out in the park.
a banter about it being dry and sunny.
Wait for
What's Hang Harrod going to say about that?
Hang
Yes,
Harrod,
yes, apparently it is.
Dry. Well, no, wait for it. Come
All
on,
right,
she's
all
an
right.
intelligent woman.
Go
That
on.
was a good lead.
Sorry, man.
So, Hang Harrod, dry and sunny today.
Indeed it is.
What do you got planned?
I think I might just sit in the park.
Yeah.
On your own,
Really? Just on
with a
my
can
own.
with a can of extra strong
That's the
lager.
one. All on my own.
Man, this isn't going very well. Alistair Stewart does it a lot better, doesn't
Okay,
he?
sorry.
Listen,
Like, can I put my hand on your knee, like Alistair Stewart does with that lady? Can I? Is
If
a
your
bit
arm
far
can
away.
stretch that far, goodness.
the mic's a long way away from Hang Harrod. Listen,
Hang Harrod's too authoritative.
at midday, Hang Harrod, we're going to have some amazing banter for
Better
you.
banter. I'm gonna work
Fantastic.
on the
Look forward
banter.
to it.
It's going to be really easy going. Thanks very much, Hang Harrod. Tell Me Baby, that's the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Hey, this is Adam and Joe here on XFM in
Yeah,
our
w-
new slot.
Yeah, we're with you till 1. We've got the X list coming up at noon. Don't forget to get your requests in for that by text 83XFM or on the phone 0871 222 1049. But right now we're going to do a text competition and we've got some terrific prizes. This thing called the Book of Cool that you may have seen in the shops. It's a massive wad of DVDs and a book full of all sorts of things that make you cool. We'll talk about it more when someone wins it.
It's sort of skate things, is it?
It's all sorts of things. But let's talk about it more a bit later because there's quite a lot to talk about. on that.
All right, then.
But here's the text competition, right? Now, this text competition is about killing.
It's sort of unpleasant.
It's about murder.
Yeah.
But not of people or anything that would be illegal. We don't want you texting in about the people you've killed.
No,
No,
we don't want to get
keep
into
that to yourself.
Yeah, it's a legal minefield.
I'm talking about legal murder. For instance, snail killing.
Right.
Going into the garden late at night, wearing a pair of socks, treading on a snail.
Oy.
That's the most horrible thing you can do in the world.
Or even barefoot. You must have done
Barefoot's
that.
even worse, but there's something about a sock because the snail, flesh goes into the sock and you've got a little wet patch of death on the heel of your sock.
Death patch.
You tread on the snail, the crunching sound, the fact that it's not fully dead. No, it's like a man with a greenhouse on his back, and you've shattered the greenhouse and big shards of glass are slicing into his body. It's like a Dario Argento film.
Oh.
And and what can you do?
Well, you
Cry
could-
for the snail?
You could kind of treat it like a Jaffa cake, and you could peel the bits of shell
Why would you want to do that?
off the back. I'm not suggesting you
It's a
eat
sort of
the
Buffalo
thing.
Bill kind of thing to do.
No, but you might be able to save him. That's what I'm saying.
I was looking for ideas like, has anybody ever tried to superglue the shell back together? If you hadn't killed the snail underneath fully, you could rescue the snail and then get superglue and try and piece the snail back together, or maybe just get a cotton reel and stick it on the top of the snail and hope it doesn't notice. Maybe I tell you what to do, a Kinder Egg shell.
That's a good idea.
Get one of those yellow Kinder Egg shells, cut a hole in either end, pop the snail in. It'll be the bell of the snail ball. Oh, Mandy, where do you get that yellow shell?
Look at your new shell.
It's lovely.
Is that a prefab?
Right, the other death that happened in my life was we used to have a tortoise. I'm sure this has happened to other people, and my mum was having a bonfire. Why can I hear music?
Because it's XFM. We're always rocking.
Is it?
I don't know
It's
why. I
slightly
can hear
weird.
a little bit of music.
Anyway, tortoise crawled into the bonfire. No. Got killed, incinerated.
That's hideous.
That was horrible.
That's
and we
very
found it
traumatic.
afterwards. That was traumatic. That is noisy. What's going on there?
It's just like someone having a big party
It's going
outside.
crazy. So listen, text us. Have you got any, Adam?
Oh man, I've had a lot of death in my life. Some of it accidental, some of it sort of not so much. Do you know what I'm saying? Did you ever have like murderous feelings as a child? You never had that at all? Like
Yeah, but
some
that's
children.
not the area I was wanting to get into, really.
You're talking about accidental death.
Kind of thing. But you can, if you want to tell us about your murderous feelings, then go ahead.
Well, I just like sometimes when we used to live in the country, there'd be animals around the whole time. This is when we lived in Wales, and sometimes you'd come across kind of sick animals, particularly myxomatosis. The rabbits
Right,
used to
yes.
suffer from, and you were told as a rural dweller that if you found a rabbit with myxomatosis, you were supposed to put it out of its misery.
Right.
Right, but I embraced that information a little too enthusiastically
dear.
because I wanted to, flex my murder muscles. And one day I found a rabbit with myxomatosis, and I hesitated for a while, but then I kind of grabbed a great big branch and I started to wallop the rabbit.
Man, this is slightly mental.
It is mental, isn't it?
Yeah, you sure you want to talk about this?
No.
It's, yeah.
And here's the thing. I didn't do a good job of the kill.
Oh, I don't think we want to know about this, do we?
It took ages.
There might be kids listening who've got rabbits as pets. No
That's
one
true.
keeps snails as pets.
Well, listen, I hope that they will never have to do what I had to do. I had to do the right thing with that rabbit. It took ages, and it was one of the most traumatic things that's ever happened to me. It was a
Have
total
you got
nightmare.
any lighter ones?
I trod on a frog.
Oh, that's bad. Treading on a frog.
But that's really bad, though, isn't it? Because people keep frogs as pets. I mean, the
Yeah.
rabbit thing is horrific. That is
Well,
horrific.
there's something about a reptile, or an insect.
No, but a frog's got
Well, no,
personality.
I'm saying. Oh, do you think?
Yeah, like Jeremy, he's in Beatrix Potter books. Jeremy,
Yeah,
Tommy,
but he's
Tortoise,
got a
what?
suit
I
on.
can't remember what he's called. Jeremy the frog.
Anything wearing clothes immediately has more personality.
I don't think he was wearing a suit, the frog that I trod on, but it was accidental. Again, it was a nighttime thing, and I'd gone out into the garden barefoot on one hot summer night and accidentally squished this frog. But, sorry, all my stories go a bit weird and dark. I don't think I completely got the guy. I just felt a crunching under my foot and immediately went, oh my God. And, and then I just went into the house in disgust. And the next day it was gone. So I think it must have crawled off.
You think it would? Oh, that's disturbing.
So listen, this has already got into quite a weird area. Mainly my fault, I have to admit. But how do we judge who wins this competition?
Well, I guess we just go for the most moving. We go for the most moving accidental creature death.
Right.
We're not looking to celebrate this. We're looking to share your pain and the agony of accidentally killing a living thing. I think all living things, however big and small, are God's creatures.
Yeah.
God created everything that creepeth upon the earth.
That's true, he did, didn't
Yeah,
he?
Proverbs 6. Right? So they're all valuable.
Absolutely.
So yeah, text us in your accidental animal deaths, 83XFM, and we'll reward you with a book of cool. Yeah, so you'll feel cool rather than regretful.
Like a horrible murderer, which is what I feel like right now. To make up for it, here's a free play. This is The New Pornographers with Twin Cinema. That's The New Pornographers with Twin Cinema.
Wait, hang on a second.
What?
The who?
The New Pornographers.
With what?
Twin Cinema.
What's all that about then?
Well, it's just,
Twin cinema?
yeah.
What's that then? Does it only play twins?
No, they've got like 2 screens.
2 screens?
Yeah.
Oh, you're blowing my mind.
Well, that's The New Pornographers
The
for
New
you.
Pornographers. Come on, surely they're running out of band names when they call something that.
Oh, they're a brilliant band, though. They're
Are they?
amazing. Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
was that a free play?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, well then you're responsible. Listen, this is Adam and Joe, XFM, London's 104.9. We've been asking you to text in, accidental animal death. You know, treading on snails, treading on frogs, and frankly, listeners, we're getting some quite disturbing stuff in.
It's opened up the trauma floodgates.
I mean, it's that, everybody as a kid has to experience mortality one way or another, and usually it's not through killing a person.
No, you know, everyone has a
Usually.
dark side.
Well, now hang on, Adam, again, you're making a massive leap. I'm talking about accidental killing, not the emergence of someone's dark side to
I'm
voluntarily
saying-
kill something.
I'm saying that...
I'm talking about involuntary killing.
I know, but it's all sort of linked. You've got to
It's
kill the
not
thing.
linked.
Kill the things.
I'm co-presenting
Kill the
with a
little
madman.
things. The fluffy, kill them. Kill them.
So listen, here we go. Here's one from Little Jason. Little Jason is already the name of a serial killer. Little Jason this
Down in
afternoon was
jail.
sentenced to life. So listen, Little Jason says this. I used to work on a duck farm when I was a wee boy, and once had to put one out of its misery as it was crushed and nearly dead. So I picked it up by its legs and smashed it over a rock. I cried for about 20 minutes.
That's pretty
Yours, Little Jason. Jeepers
Sandhurst
creepers.
prison.
But at least he cried for 20 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but the smashing over a rock doesn't really marry with the crying for 20 minutes.
No,
bit,
because
does
he
it?
was doing his duty. Same
Was
as
he?
me. Same as me with the... I had to. I was nothing.
Oh, that's quite disturbing.
It
Here we
is.
go. My mum would once ritualistically stalk snails in the garden and once drop them in, and then she would drop them in a flora tub of salt water and leave them by the back doorstep.
Ooh.
Says Fox.
She's
Now,
a-
my girlfriend did that. Annabelle, if you're listening, she got about 300 snails, put them in a bucket, put some sort of lethal fluid in there.
Just a bit of salt, that's all
And
they
then
need.
she buggered off to Scotland with her mum and dad and left them there. So one morning I wake up and it was very disturbing. There was a massive bucket of rotting snails and there were a million flies in there. It was disgusting.
Oh.
So I cooked them up in a big pot, make them for breakfast.
A big
Yummy.
death
No, I
bucket.
took them to the dump.
My dad grabs snails and he flings them against
Does he?
brick walls.
Like a nunchuck, a squidgy nunchuck.
Yeah, he lobs them. And
Why does he do that?
Because they're absolute pests if you're a gardener.
Yeah, but they're sweet and they're very intelligent. Listen, how about this one? When 11, I accidentally put too much hot water into my goldfish bowl when changing the water. They slowly floated to the top.
That's a common occurrence, isn't it? Many people
hang on.
experience death for the first time with a goldfish.
And then this texter writes, R.I.P. James Pond. Oh, that was the name of the fish, James Pond.
Jimmy Pond.
And 007. That's good. That's
It's a
another
nice
texter
name.
we should do one day, is pet names.
Pet names.
Fish names especially. It's a tricky one. Here's another one. This is from Martin Brown. He's given us his whole address so we can send the police round. My cat, he spells my M-I.
That's a good start.
No, me cat had its legs broken. So I put splints on it. So now it walks like a robot. That's not really a death, is it?
Well, there's you know those Channel 4 promos where they have people standing around doing one-liners about things. Jimmy Carr talks about the fact that he puts Smarties tubes on cats' legs to make them walk like robots.
There you go. It's a good trick.
Yeah.
Here's another one. I once crushed the class gerbil at school under my knee when I was 9. Crushed it accidentally under the knee. Then, in order not to be caught, put it under a rock to pretend it had fallen under it. How do you fall under a rock?
That's what he'd tell the
Accidentally
cops.
trip. You'd have to have a wedge-shaped head and fall with quite a lot of velocity to actually land under a rock.
You'd have to be on a skateboard heading towards the rock and then fall forward
It's usually the rock that does the
hurtle under
falling,
the
isn't
rock.
it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but there we go. He or she was only... Martin in South Norwood. Thanks for that. My cat drank green paint from the shed when we lived in Ireland. I still suspect my parents.
No.
Says James in Enfield. James, you've got unresolved issues with your parents. Why would they kill your cat by forcing paint down its throat?
That's insanity. If your parents are the kind of people who would do that, then there's bigger problems.
And why would the cat drink the paint? No, that's nice. Cats talk like that because they can't articulate. They got no lips. Oh dear. It's glossy, yeah. It's glossy. That's what they'd like, the glossiness.
Yeah, because they think it was good for their coat.
I mean, white paint they might mistake for milk, but green paint, what is it? Avocado soup? Avocado soup.
Yeah.
I've trod on 3 frogs, twice in bare feet. They make a strange popping noise, and you end up doing that crazy stubbed toe, oh my god, dance.
That's right.
That's true. Well, that's the worst thing about treading on snails. You tread on one, feel remorse, step backwards, tread on another.
Yeah.
It's like a dance of death.
Listen,
So this is good. Keep them coming in, 83 XFM. Pretty soon we'll decide who to give the prizes to. And I tell you what, we'll try and get you on the line as well. Keep sending in your accidental, troubling animal deaths. You know, we're basically trying to talk about reptiles, insects and pets. No voluntary death, Adam Buxton.
That wasn't voluntary. I was doing the right thing. Killing the
Put the lotion in the bucket.
Killing the
Put the lotion in the bucket.
fluffy killing and the killing.
Yeah, this is, what was that? Sorry, Adam.
That was
We really
Editors.
should decide who's going to speak first.
Editors with Munich, and before the break you heard Hardfire with Cash Machine.
Yeah, and listen, please keep your requests coming in for the X list. It's starting at noon. Any record you want to hear on the radio, text 83XFM and we'll play it. But we've been asking for your texts for, like, accidental animal, insect and reptile murder, and the response has been quite disturbingly huge. I don't think we've ever got as many texts for anything we've ever done before.
It's a very important formative part of every young person's life, I think.
People are killing animals left, right and centre out there.
I think it's better to deal with death on a pet basis than, like, kill a taxi driver or something, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know, man. It's a toss-up. It's a balance. Swings and roundabouts. Carl JJ from Harrow says, I stood on my budgie when I was 7 by accident. I
What?
stood on my budgie. How do you do that by accident?
Was the budgie asleep on the floor?
But I didn't kill it. My mum had to wring its neck to make sure it didn't suffer. Or try and crawl to my bed and peck my eyes out as I slept. Good old mum, keeping you safe at night from zombie budgies.
That's the thing you worry about, is the retribution. I was in fear of the frog community for ages after I crushed the frog under my foot. You know what I'm saying? You just think, man, they've got it in for me now, and there's loads of them, and they could easily gang up, and who knows? Anything else there?
Yeah, but some of these stories are quite long, and when people send long texts, they divide into several texts, and it's hard to know where... I might be merging one bit of one killing with another bit of another killing.
Go on, give it a go.
Man. My dad, when he was just a boy, once threw an unripe quince at his neighbour's cat. Only a dad would throw a quince.
Especially an unripe one.
Hang on, I've lost it. His neighbour's cat. And the cat was bothering his dog. The idea was to scare the cat off his proper tea, but he accidentally hit it on the head. He quickly buried it. He lied to his neighbours when they came round asking whether he'd seen their moggy. He's always worried that maybe the quince only knocked the cat out and he buried it alive!
Well, I was gonna
like
say.
Stephen King's Pet Sematary.
That's a nightmare.
Lethal quinces. He quickly buried it. Quickly. Shut up! That's
From then on,
disturbing.
he was
Poor
probably...
old dad.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Quincy, the doctor of death.
Quincy, I once ran over a family of weasels.
A whole family?
They were crossing the road in a line, so I had nowhere to go. I was quite distressed. Toby from Muswell Hill. Toby, you should have killed yourself, mate. Yeah. You should have just pulled the wheel firmly to the left, flipped the car, given your life. What makes you better than a weasel?
Wow.
You're an arrogant man, Toby in Muswell Hill, typical of people who live in Muswell Hill.
Muswell.
Muswell. Yes.
Muswell.
That's not true, Toby. You're a great guy and you deserve to live.
Listen,
squirrels.
weasels. They're weasels, for
Weasels,
goodness
sorry,
sake. They're weasels.
Well,
You
you're
know?
right. Weasel is a word used to describe a
Exactly.
person with low morals.
They're rotters.
They just said they live to die.
They
Those
welcome
weasels.
death with open arms, even a whole family.
This is a good one from Pete. I ran over a deer in the countryside. I had to finish it off with my bare hands. My wife vomited. The beef and Guinness pie I'd spent all day cooking. Imagine that scene. Strangling the deer. The wife vomiting. Jesus, darling, I'm killing it. That's a proper sort of primeval moment, isn't it? It's like something out of Clan of the Cave Bear.
Nightmare. Okay, I've got to recover with some music. Now, this is a free play.
But there's so many more.
I know, we're going to have to resolve this after your free
We
play,
can't
Joe.
resolve it.
We're
We're
going to have to.
providing a
then.
national service.
Introduce your free play.
Okay, yeah, this is a free play. So, it's Saturday morning. What better time for a cup of tea? Everyone loves a cup of tea. It's a bit tangential, isn't it? But this is just an anthem to having a cup of tea. So if you're a fan of tea, you might like this song. It's a nice reggae jam about the tea. And I like it because he just talks about tea and the chorus is just tea, like that.
Who's it
So give
by?
it a listen. It's by Bobo Desert, Luciano and Friends, and it's from a reggae compilation called Jagalins.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, I love that song. I don't drink tea, but I love it. That's Bobo Desert, Luciano and Friends. I got that off iTunes.
Did you?
I did, yes.
What were you searching for? Tea songs?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just searching for stuff, but that's a great song. That's the kind of song I kind of want to play every week until it's a massive hit.
It's hard to tell with reggae sometimes when it comes from. Is that an old song or is that fairly
I've
new?
no idea, but I just like the fact that he's singing about tea, and he does mention having some sensey as well as the tea, but I think he just means when he drinks tea it makes him see sense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sensitivity.
That clarifies him. So listen, are we going to put this texter to bed?
Yeah, we'll play some adverts first and a bit more
Okay.
music and then come back and conclude
Our death text.
our death text for the end of our second
Murder.
hour.
Moida.
And we're getting ready to enter the X-List zone
Very exciting.
from 12 till 1, so please do keep those requests coming in. You can phone us 0871
Man, we
222
haven't got enough requests.
1049. We got loads of requests.
Do
yeah,
we?
Yeah.
But everyone's just sending in death. People care more about killing animals than they do about rock music.
You
it
can also
appears.
text your X-List requests on 83XFM, or you can email us adamandjoe@xfm.co.uk. The and is AND, not an ampersand. We'll be back shortly. They love croutons. Combined weight is 2 tons. That was the Zootons with Valerie. Very nice indeed. This is Adam and Joe here on XFM. Time to resolve our text competition, but not before we just give you a couple more
Yeah,
of those.
XFM, the station with the largest body of murderous listeners in the country. The animal and reptile and insect killing that's going on out there is terrifying.
Well, indie music fans, they love killing.
They love to kill animals. I swear, we've never got so many texts about anything ever. We've got about 20,000 texts. That's an exaggeration, but not that much of one.
What was the one about the girl who was trying to she was trying to trim her hamster's whiskers and she accidentally snipped off its nose?
Oh,
And it bled to death.
Oh,
I mean, that is the stuff
that's the stuff of what?
of sexy.
Adam Buxton,
what?
stop
No,
it.
it's the stuff of nightmares. That's the
It
kind of
is
thing
the
that could
stuff of
scar you
nightmares.
for life.
Someone's cat used to like eating toothpaste but accidentally ate a tube of thrush cream and died the next day. Someone hoovered up their parakeet and it survived, but it had a bald neck. But listen, here's the winner who's going to win a book of cool. Hugh is on the line. Is he on the line?
I am.
Hey, Hugh, how are you doing?
Fantastic.
So this is an excellent story. Tell us your story of unfortunate animal death.
It was very sad. I was producing a situation comedy series for S4C, the Welsh Fourth Channel, and I was casting some children to play the part of the lovable, cuddly kids in the series. And the series was called Mr. Brock, which was about a talking badger
Mr. Brock.
from a bio lab.
Sounds like quite sophisticated stuff on S4C.
It was for S4C. It was very advanced in its day.
Yeah.
And anyway, I was on my way to the last audition. I'd been auditioning about 400 kids, and I was travelling down the A55.
So you were on your way to primary school?
To a primary school in Flint. And I was heading down the A55 in Ewell. I was hurrying a little bit, and I accidentally made contact with the badger, the size of a small horse. And I remember the thud, but I was in such a hurry I couldn't stop, so I carried on going. So all the kids were there. It was quite late. It was in the winter, so it was quite dark. So they were all in the yard waiting excitedly for me to arrive, the big producer from S4C. And lo and behold, what was stuck to the toilet of my Venus bath?
Come on.
A badger's head.
The corpse of a badger. All those little kids.
Just the head?
Yeah, well, I think they thought it was some sort of... I thought they probably thought it was a puppet.
Oh, like a trophy.
It was... But I'm still convinced to this day it was a sacrifice from the badger gods, because I got another 2 series.
Is that series still running, Mr. Brock?
Unfortunately, it's not available on DVD. They should bring it out. It's a cult classic.
What? That would be a good kids' puppet show as well. One that just used animal corpses, eyeballs hanging out, little swarms of flies around them.
And the flat
kids
frog.
would like that. Sorry?
And a flat frog.
Yeah, man, that's troubling. I would have liked to have been there when you arrived with the badger corpse. So listen, Hugh, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Pontycymer in South Wales.
So you're listening on digital, are you?
On digital, yeah.
Well done, sir.
We have technology in Wales.
Yeah, good for you. That's progress. And so would you be able to make it to the Hackney Empire to see the James Taylor Quartet and sit in a box with a case of free beer? Does that interest you?
I probably could.
If you, we're giving you the choice here. Or do you want to go and see a screening of Kill Bill Volume 1 at the Stella Artois Live Outdoor Film Festival in Greenwich? It's a long way to travel. Or we could just send you a book of cool, which is full of, frisbee tricks and skating tricks and gun tricks.
Well, as a semi-professional boarder,
Really?
not. I don't know. I'm quite sort of... I think trip down to London, seeing as I go down there quite often.
Yeah, why not? I don't suppose XFM will pay you.
Obviously, I have to make my own way there.
So you want the James Taylor Quartet?
Yes.
Okay, man, we'll send you those
not
tickets.
To kill any badgers on the way.
Yeah, you do that. Well, thanks very much, Hugh. That's great story. Well done, and you'll get those tickets, and you'll have a brilliant time getting drunk in a box and throwing up over the James Taylor Quartet from a height. Thanks for calling and thanks for listening.
Bye.
Take care, Hugh. Bye.
What now, Adam?
Oh, well, we've got news, and then have you got some more news banter?
I'm going to try bantering again. What was I doing wrong?
It seemed a little insincere what you were doing before.
I was overexcited. I need to engage her about one of the stories, don't I?
Yeah, because she
I need
was
to
looking...
get her opinion, because that's what's exciting, to get a newsreader's opinion.
You need an easygoing manner, because you were trying to be easygoing, but it was kind of spilling over into being sleazy.
Slightly sleazy. So the final thing she usually says is, it's going to be dry and sunny. Where can I go from there? It's dry and sunny in my trousers.
No, you see, that's exactly where you wouldn't
Is that
go.
where it goes wrong?
No, don't go there. We'll have a think.
Where is she?
She's coming quite soon. We've got to play
What's her
some
name?
ads first.
Ang Harrod.
Ang Harrod, yeah. She's going to be here in about 3 minutes, so stay tuned for Joe's non-sleazy banter.
XFM.
Now you're up to date.
Yeah, Ang Harrod. It's dry and sunny, eh? The weather's been very changeable lately.
Right.
Are you going for dry and sunny again?
You're liking
we
the weather.
discussed dry and sunny.
Okay, so listen, but it's gone festivals crazy, hasn't it, this year, Ang Harrod? I mean, do you think it's because Glastonbury's not on this year that so many people are going to other festivals? That's all right, isn't it? That's quite good.
It's very good.
What do you reckon?
I reckon there are always a lot of festivals.
Yeah,
Don't you? Pretty much a summer thing.
No, but that's a lot of bands playing, a lot of people going to that one, isn't it?
Should be good fun.
Should be great. Oh, Ang Harrod,
Joe, how about anything special planned for the weekend?
Have you got anything special planned for the weekend?
Just seeing you.
That's good. You see, that's
mama.
Yeah, you see the banter's going there a little bit.
Have I got news for you?
Oh,
Never mind the buzzcocks.
you know,
What?
I don't know what you're talking about. Thanks very much, Ang Harrod. It's the X List here on XFM. We're going to kick it off with this one from Led Zeppelin. That's Led Zeppelin with Whole Lot of Love, or as I know it, the Top of the Pops theme.
Yes, now listen, listeners, if you've been listening to the whole show, we've been on since 10 this morning, if you just tuned in. We did propose we'd do something called the X-Lust, but several things have happened since we made that proposition. I just nearly dropped something. The first thing that's happened was someone said Chris Tarrant does exactly the same thing on Capital.
That's the thing with all radio ideas. There's only about 5 radio ideas.
We can come up with something new.
You reckon?
If we try hard enough, we're just being lazy. The second thing that happened is nobody called in. No, not a single I think there was a couple, but they didn't have any numbers. So it's a flat-out disaster. But that's allowed for our first show in the new slot, you know?
Yeah.
We're going to think again. We're going to come back with something stronger, more original, better next week. If not next week, the following week.
If not for the following week, maybe next year.
Maybe.
Sometime,
yeah,
you know.
Yeah. So bear with us.
At some point.
And we're just going to have to go back to basics and strip this X-List hour down to pure solid requests. We've got prizes to give away. We'll give them away randomly to our favourite requests. So get your requests in 83XFM for X-List favourites.
That song, the Led Zeppelin number, was going out to Andy the Painter, incidentally. And here's one right now. We don't have a name for this one, but someone
Andy
wanted...
the Painter.
Andy the
Imagine
Painter.
Andy painting.
With his brush, staring at a wall, thinking of converting the whole nature of that wall with his brush, his bristle.
You're getting quite arousing.
Okay. Well, speaking of which, we're going to have something fairly arousing quite soon, aren't we?
Are we? Oh yeah. We're gonna take you into the demented world of Jamie Foxx, the singer.
Until then, here's the Lemonheads. That's the Lemonheads with Mrs. Robinson. This is Adam and Joe in our final hour, our X-List hour, here on a Saturday afternoon, as it is now.
Yeah, keep those requests coming in. Text 83XFM with a song you want to hear and we'll stick it on. So listen, R&B news. You know we like to keep you up to date with the world of R&B here at the Adam and Joe radio show. And I've become slightly obsessed with actor and singer Jamie Foxx. He's only got 2 X's in his name, but that's enough to make me want to pronounce it. So Jamie Foxx is an actor, and he's won a flipping Oscar for his performance in Ray.
That's right.
He's also a singer, and his album's gone multi-platinum. It's called Unpredictable.
And he's a sexy man.
He's a sexy man.
And he loves women.
And this usually doesn't happen, you know, for a singer. For someone to have success in music and film is very unusual. Lots of people try it. Eddie Murphy tried it, you know, but usually it's a disaster. It's one or the other.
Yeah.
Foxx has done both of them.
That's right. He started out as an actor, right? It's not like Ludacris, who's also achieved great success in both fields.
That's very true. But Ludacris is actually really good.
Yeah.
But Foxx is... can I say another word that ends in ox?
Bullock.
He is Bullock. Yes. So anyway, but as a result of his tasking success, he is out of control. He is an egomaniacal idiot.
Oh, is he?
He's the most overconfident person on the planet.
Where have you seen him?
Well, I'll tell you where I've seen him. He was on One Leicester Square, Russell Brand's MTV show, where the lovely Russell, who's brilliant, was interviewing Tom Cruise. And suddenly Foxx comes in with a baby gift box for Tom Cruise, who just had his mystery baby.
Right, I thought you were going to say like a baby for him, an extra baby.
No, he'd got a baby.
Yeah.
But Foxx comes in with this big thing of stuff and completely ignores Brand. Right, starts hosting the show and talking straight to the camera, and starts saying things like, to Tom Cruise, Foxx says, "I love this guy, he's amazing." Cruise says, "I love you, you're amazing." Foxx says, "You're the best." Cruise says, "No, you're the best." Foxx says, "I haven't seen the movie yet, but I know it's going to be amazing." And Cruise says, "Your album's amazing, man." This kind of stuff. Then Foxx says, "I know your movie's going to be amazing, but don't forget you've got something more amazing back at home." Referring to the baby.
Yeah, he might have meant just some doobie.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Yeah.
And then Foxx was on the MTV Movie Awards with Colin Farrell.
Right.
Which was quite an extraordinary show. But he comes on... I'm going to stop saying Foxx because it's boring even me. He comes on and he starts doing all this, hand-slapping with the audience and just doing this really unfunny comedy routine. And even Colin Farrell, who himself is a bit of an egomaniac, starts physically distancing himself from Fox.
Stepping away from
Starts
Fox.
stepping away. So if all this isn't bad enough, and I'd like listeners out there to monitor the behaviour of Fox, because I believe he should be doped, or he probably is, but he should be somehow tagged or controlled or just stopped.
He's a talented man, though, isn't he?
Well, he's all right.
He's a good actor, though. I mean,
He's all right.
Is he?
Yeah, he's not that good.
Collateral?
That was all right.
He was extraordinary.
In Collateral?
Ray, he did a good Ray impression. That film was boring, but his Ray impression was
never saw Ray.
pretty amazing.
But listen, it gets worse. He's released this album, and he reckons he's a love machine, and he's released an album full of highly erotic songs.
Oof.
But they're not explicitly erotic, I'm pleased to say, for a family show. They're sort of metaphorically erotic.
Right.
Right? And now I'd like to get Adam Buxton to read you some lyrics of the most erotic song on his album.
I've just been handed this list of his lyrics.
It's called Storm, in brackets, Forecasts.
Forecast?
Yeah, like forecast, but not the T off and stick another S.
Oh.
Forecast. I got a forecast for you,
Got a
baby.
forecast.
So Adam's going to read the lyrics, and if you're young or there are kids watching, remember this is just about the weather. It's just about a rainy day.
Okay, we got some appropriate music.
We've got
the
some
most appropriate music
yeah.
we could find.
So these are
anyway.
genuine lyrics from the Jamie Foxx album. So here's some sexy music. Read away, Adam.
Got nothing on but my t-shirt and boxers on. Waiting for you to get home. It's been sunny outside all day, baby. I can't wait for it to storm. Wanna feel your raindrops falling down all on me. That thunder from down under surrounding me. Coming down hard, pounding me. Let me feel the raindrops falling down all over my love. I want it soaking wet all over the bed. I want the rain to come. I can feel the mist every time we kissed. Just didn't know a downpour like this. There's a flash flood warning. Till we wake up in the morning. There'll be puddles in the bed, the weatherman said.
And on it goes.
Christmas Day.
Puddles in the bed?
What woman would want to have Rafty with Jamie Foxx?
He's basically
He's
he's got
incontinent.
some good. Yeah, right. Either he's incontinent,
incontinent.
or she's so wasted that she's just weed the bed really badly.
It's revolting.
That's a nightmare vision of non-sexiness.
Anyway, there you go. Jamie Foxx must be topped at once, and we're the men to do it.
Right, back to the X list. Jamie T. Right now, this one is going out to Sonia. Enjoy.
Sheila goes out.
There you go. That's Jamie T with Sheila. I don't know anything about Jamie T. He's just popped up while I've been looking another way. Do you know anything about Jamie T, Joe?
No, but we'll find out more about him.
The other one is Plan B.
Yeah.
I got a Plan B CD this week. It was free from Virgin, I think. And it was quite a shock to listen to that. What young kids are listening to. I might try and bring some Plan B in next week, but clean it up for the listeners, obviously, because it's fairly filthy
You should
stuff.
do your own Plan Adam B, you know?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Get back on the scallywag tip.
Yeah, man. Well, someone's already texted saying, hello, is this Scallywag? Says Laura in Bromley.
Hey, there you go.
Hello, Laura.
Thanks a
Hey,
lot.
listen, have we got somebody on the line with a request?
Yes, I believe we do.
Who do we have?
Hello?
Hello there.
Hey, who's this?
Do we not even have their name?
Rich Williams.
Hey, Rich, how you doing?
Not too bad, thank you.
Yeah, thanks very much for calling in.
No trouble.
Now, what are you up to this weekend?
Not a lot, really. Just spending time with family, really.
Very nice. An idyllic scene. Are you all together in the house today?
Not at the moment. I'm on my way there in a moment.
Ah.
Are they listening, do you think, at home? It's
They
unlikely, isn't it?
should be listening, yeah.
Should they be? And so would you like to say something to them? Because that'll be magical. It'll be like you're talking to them, but you're not there. It'll be as if you're on the phone.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
It'll be like an amazing kind of telecommunications happening. And how old are your children?
My little girl, Caitlin, she's 5, and my son, Joel, just turned 3 last week.
Oh, wow. So that's a very enjoyable age to have your children there, and I'm sure they'll appreciate a shout-out from Dad. So why don't you say something to them and then introduce the song that you have requested?
Okay. Hello to my children, Caitlin and Joel. Daddy and Mummy loves you very, very much. And hello to my girlfriend, Carly. I love you lots and lots as well. And
I'm welling up.
except for the person you love more than me, David Bowie.
Here we go.
Hey.
This bit of Bowie. Thanks very much indeed for your call. Have a good weekend, Rich. Cheers.
Thank you, bye.
Here's David. That's David Bowie, of course, with Let's Dance. That one was going out to Rich and his family.
Yeah, don't forget, at noon, Mick Rock is taking over his show. Is it live from New York?
1 o'clock he comes on.
Oh, does he come at 1? I'm terribly sorry.
Yeah, he is sometimes live in New York. Is he always live from New York? Yeah, I think so.
It's a good show, though, because he's met everybody.
He has.
And he tells you that he has after every record.
Yeah.
And that was...
sorry.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So, anyway, that's something to get excited about. What now, Adam?
I was getting ready for your Mick Rock impression.
I feel bad doing a Mick Rock
Come
impression.
on,
You don't
he's
need
all right.
my Mick. He just goes, that was the Stone Roses. I met them a few years ago. Nice fellas. I don't know why we haven't got around to playing with a lens and some film, but we haven't. And that's it. It's a good show, man.
Here's one from David Bowie. For me, he's still the king of bendy rock. I saw David the other day in a magazine, and he was looking extraordinary.
He took our photos, Mick Rock. He took pictures of all the XFM DJs. Did you get the photo, Adam, that he took?
Yeah, if people don't know who Mick Rock is, there might be some people who don't. He's like one of the most famous rock photographers in the world. He's taken some of the most amazing, iconic rock images. It's his photo that's on the cover of Lou Reed's Transformer. He took all the most famous pictures of David Bowie and Iggy Pop and all sorts of people like that. And he took our picture the other day.
It was exciting.
It was
He
amazing.
swore at us.
He really swore. He used the C word. He used the F word. He used all the words.
We loved it.
And we really liked it. It was very exciting.
What do you think of the photo, though?
The photo's weird. It's not flattering, but he wasn't, wasn't going for flattering. He was going for something.
It's one of those warts and all photos.
That's right.
When's someone going to take a no warts photo?
I know.
Like an airbrushed
They
one.
never want to make us look nice. We'll be back shortly with the X List. Stay tuned.
XFM.
Adam and Joe here on a Saturday afternoon in our new slot. This is the X List, and we've got a song right now that's going out to Dave and Dave, who are doing a bit of work together in Woolwich. That sounds cosy. Hope you enjoy this one. This is the FX Twins.
What is going on?
I'm doing my remix
It's good, man.
of Window Licker.
Oh, you'll damage your epiglottis.
It goes on for a while. Anyway, that was Aphex Twin with Window Licker going out to Dave and Dave. We've got a track right now going out to Dobbo, and I think he's even on the line.
Dobbo the house elf.
Yeah. Hey, Dobbo.
Hello there.
How you doing?
Right?
Yeah, I'm good, man.
Dobbo, how did you end up with a name like Dobbo?
My name's Dobbs.
Your real name is Dobbs?
My surname is Dobbs. My
Oh,
first name
is
is
it?
Jim.
Yeah, explains
And
it.
are you a yobbo, allowing people to call you Dobbo the Yobbo?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
And what are you up to today, Dobbo?
I'm just on my way home.
From where?
From Islington. I went to the First Friday last night.
And you've been out all night?
Well, no, not all night. I got home, I sort of got back about, I don't know, 2, 3, something like that.
How was Marsha? Because she was DJing there last night, wasn't she? Did you see her?
I don't know. I think I saw Lucia. It's just a little blur, really.
Did you snog anybody, Dobbo?
No!
Why you say it like that?
Oh, that would make me a bit of a slut, yeah.
Well, I don't know. I thought that was what First Friday was all about. I've never been down there.
I
but-
don't know. I was just really happy last night, really drunk.
Oh, I'm glad you had a good time. I've heard it's just like a sort of crazy school disco First Friday.
It's crazy. It's certainly crazy.
I've
I
got
wanna
to go
again.
down there.
Yeah, we should go along and get sleazy
You
all
should
over
definitely
the
go.
place's
Yeah,
arse.
man.
Now, listen, Dobbo, we got a track lined up for you. Do you want to introduce it for us?
It's Boy Kill Boy and Susie, and it's fantastic.
Boy Kill Boy. This is going out to Dobbo. Cheers, Dobbo. Have a good
Thank you very
weekend.
much, lads.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Yeah, hey, this is Adam and Joe. We're in the last 13 minutes of our new slot. We're here with you every Saturday morning now from 10 a.m. till 1 p.m. We're midway through the X List. Have we got a caller on the line?
Yes, we do. Hello, caller. Are you there?
I am here.
What's your name, caller?
My name is Jamie.
What
Hey.
do you do for a living?
What do you do?
I'm a cycle courier.
A cycle courier, and you're alive.
Yeah,
Injuries last week? What did you get?
I got a sore thumb.
So that's not bad.
from ringing your bell aggressively?
It was actually when France won.
What's the worst accident you've had?
Hit by a bus.
No. Where? How did it get you?
Oh, it just squashed my face completely, so I've only got one eye now.
That's not true, is it?
No, that's not true, but it is funny.
What, did you actually really get hit by a bus, though?
Yeah, I did.
And what happened, though? Did it just scrape you, or were you hurt
Well, it
badly?
just threw me from my bike and just rolled across the floor in front of loads of people. Oxford Circus. It's great.
Man, that's unbelievable, isn't it? But now you can at least say that you've been knocked over by a bus, you know what I mean? Because people sort of say, well, come on, cheer up. You could get knocked over by a bus tomorrow.
Yeah, my mum's very proud.
Yeah.
Man,
And
you're a hero to me, you know. Cycle couriers, they're modern heroes.
are they?
Yeah. Because it's so dangerous.
It is dangerous.
It's so dangerous, and you're getting all those packages to people on time.
Do you know partly the reason it's dangerous?
What?
Is because they cycle very dangerously. Do you cycle dangerously, Jamie? I'm a keen cyclist, and sometimes I have my dangerous moments, I have to admit.
I think you just evolved the timing properly for
Yeah.
lights and people, and occupying space is a good thing because you can't really occupy space that everybody else is occupying.
Yeah, if you
that's
get
getting scientific.
do you get very angry very easily? Do you have a lot of rage on your bike, Jamie?
No, because if you do, then you'd be very angry all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Like if someone cuts you up, if a taxi cuts you up, do you catch him up at the lights and then slam on his door and go?
That's
A
Japanese.
few
Yeah.
times, yeah. I've actually been Japanese syndrome, so I do exactly that.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to introduce your song that you've requested?
I would like the Subway's Rock and Roll Queen for my
Hey,
girlfriend Soul.
Jamie, sorry to interrupt, but do you want a book of cool?
A book a call?
Yeah, it's got a bike tricks in it. It's DVDs and books about how to do tricks, and it's got a whole do tricks on your bike section.
Yeah, I'd love that if you're giving it away for free.
Yeah, we haven't given enough of them away.
Yeah, we'll
can
send
have
you-
One, yeah.
Give me 3 or 4 then.
All right.
We might
I'll
send
put
you-
20 quid in as
We
well.
might send you some extra stuff.
And a woman.
A tiny woman. We might
A
put
tiny woman, that's
Natalie
fine.
Imbruglia. We might pop her in there for you.
I've got another phone going off. I can't
Okay.
remember it. Never mind.
He's a busy
But
boy.
yeah,
Cheers,
that's all right.
Jamie. Have a good
Thank you.
weekend.
Thank you.
Here's
Bye-bye.
the Subways for you. There you go. That's the Subways and Rock and Roll Queen. That was going out to Jamie, the cycle courier in Archway.
Yeah, listen, listeners, I want to ask your advice on something. I've been watching The Mint. People who don't live in London might not know what The Mint is. It's a whole channel, and also at midnight till 4 a.m. on ITV it comes on. It's like a televised fruit machine.
That's a national thing, though, isn't it?
I don't know. It might be London only. ITV goes funny after midnight. It might go regional. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But most people probably know what The Mint is.
Is that the one with Brian Dowling?
It's a pigging disgrace is what it is. It really is. I mean, you couldn't... You know RoboCop?
Yes, I do.
You remember the little bits of TV in RoboCop? I'd buy that for $1.
Yeah.
I mean, it's worse television than that. Paul Verhoeven couldn't have thought of anything more appalling than The Mint. I'm convinced, though, that it's fixed.
Yeah.
What they do is you've got to phone in, and they give you a word, like the other night it was big blank. And you've got to guess what the word is. The phone calls cost about £1 million. They make it sound as if no one's calling in, but really they've got millions and they're drip feeding them on. It's just misery, and it really should be stopped.
Well, I was watching it the other night, and I thought I'd had a couple of gin and tonics, and I thought I'm going to do a crank phone call. And I'm going to...
You were on your own, were you?
Yeah, I was on my own. I thought, I haven't done a crank phone call for a while. I think I should do a crank phone call to the Mint. And so I started dialing, and I couldn't get through, so I put it on redial.
Yeah.
And so I had another gin and tonic and put it on redial. And after a while, I realised I'd redialed like about 20 times.
And it hadn't picked up?
Hadn't picked up. And each time it had picked up, and it said,
Right.
thanks. It said, thanks for your call. Sorry you haven't been lucky this
But they
time.
charged you.
They charge you.
It's sickening. It makes me really angry. I love TV, and I especially love late night TV. It's a place to put weird stuff, and they've killed it. But anyway, I'm convinced it's fixed because the other night, basically, I think they decide who they want to win. They don't have a list of words. They just choose them randomly. Because the thing the other night was big blank, right? Someone called in with Big Apple.
Yeah.
No, wasn't on the list.
Oh.
Someone then called in with Big I.
What?
They won
No,
£5,000. I'm not joking. Big I. Since when was that an expression?
Big
The
eye.
Mint is bent as a it makes me feel ill.
Big lamp, I could understand if that had won.
Because
Because everyone
that's a very
talks.
commonly used
Yeah, exactly.
expression.
You know, look at that big lamp.
Yeah.
But big eye, what's
It
that?
makes me sick. It's rubbish. It's tragic. The Mint Mansion. Those tacky sound effects. What are they? Chris said like sheep. And Chris, the engineer here at XFM's going for a job there. He might operate the sound effects. That's tragic.
And if you do, man, you've got to get us some inside news. I'm going to carry on trying to make a crank phone call, though. 'Cause
I want to seriously want to bring the Mint down somehow.
you reckon?
I think it must be against the law. Surely there's ITC regulations against just ripping off the public.
Well, occasionally those quiz channels, I can't talk about the Mint specifically, but occasionally those quizzes do get busted.
Oh, I tell you what, here we go. Look, I looked at the rules on the ITV website, and the rules say, releasing answers, if you look at the small print, neither the promoter nor the producer is under any obligation to release information relating to game answers or methods of solution, other than the information given by the presenter on air.
So it's totally arbitrary, basically.
So
is what they're
basically,
saying.
you're not allowed to ask them.
Yeah.
Now, that's a rip-off.
I tell you one thing I heard from someone who actually got through and got the right answer to one of these things,
Yeah.
and was told that they'd won 500 quid. They were given a reference number to claim their prize, and the reference number is about 20 digits and letters and stuff. It's all like, you know, PFQ10.
Right, it's like when you register a Macintosh product.
Yeah. So they're more or less counting on the fact that at 1 a.m. or whenever you've got through, you're in no condition to take down a 20-digit code accurately, and you're stuffed, more or less. Anyway, so this guy never got his money from the quiz.
I literally want to find out where they film it, go there, and burn it down. I really think I wouldn't mind serving some time.
You reckon?
I think I'd be a hero in the clink.
What about Dowling, though?
I'd kick his face in.
Oh, come on, he's nice, Brian.
He
Dowling.
might be nice, but get off the mint. Might as well be Satan's foot soldier.
That's what you
I'm
get
angry.
coming out. You really are.
Hey, listen, we've only got 2 minutes left. Is that it for the X list?
steamed up, Joe. It's exciting.
It's exciting.
It's like the younger you back again.
Oh, I feel invigorated.
I think that is it for the X list, yeah.
So can I just give 2 little plugs?
Go on then.
First of all, our podcast, if you go to xfm.co.uk or iTunes, you can get the Adam and Joe podcast. This show should be up there soon. There's 9 episodes of the best of the Adam and Joe podcast. We're sitting at number 6 in the national podcast chart.
Yeah, and we should say that we fillet the shows to go in the podcast. It's not the whole thing. 'cause
Yeah,
you wouldn't want the whole
only the
thing.
good bits. And we put some extra stuff on there as well. So
Yeah, there's always extra stuff.
It's completely free, so go and subscribe to that, and you might enjoy it. You might hate it. It's worth a try. And also, tell you this week, check out on Tuesday night on Channel 4, 11 o'clock, Modern Toss. It's a kind of aggressive, weird Mr. Men for grown-ups. It's one of the most visually beautiful things, been on telly for a while, and very funny and different and unique.
And you were involved with it, I think.
I helped direct some of the pilot, but I
Yeah.
didn't have anything to do with the series.
Oh, you didn't have anything to do with the series?
No. But it's brilliant. Check it out. 11 o'clock, Tuesday, Modern Toss.
Can't wait. Thanks very much for listening.
See you next week.
Bye, love you, bye.
XFM.